Hi there. Today, I'll show you why a big salary doesn't guarantee wealth. Before we dive in, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our new breakdowns. And in the comments, tell me, what's more important to you? A huge sum in your bank account or peace of mind for tomorrow? Write a detailed story. I read them all. Imagine two apartments in the same neighborhood. In the first one lives a man earning $95,000 a year. Walk inside. A massive 75-inch TV on the wall, a $4,000 sofa, and piles of tech boxes he hasn't even opened yet. His closets are stuffed with clothes that still have the tags on them. But do you know what the worst part is? This person checks their bank balance with shaking hands. They are living paycheck to paycheck. Now, look at the other apartment. A person lives here with an income of $52,000, nearly half as much. But inside, you feel the space. A modest couch, a normal-sized TV, and only the kitchen tools that actually get used. This person is calm. They have 18 months of living expenses saved up and invest 20% of every paycheck. Even though they earn less, their financial security is 10 times higher. This isn't a story about how much you make. It's a story about how the things you own end up owning you. Most people buy things thinking it will bring happiness, but it's a trap. Research shows that once you've secured comfort and safety, every additional purchase adds almost zero joy. Yet, we keep spending as if happiness grows with every store receipt. Financial minimalism isn't about poverty or suffering. It's about choosing freedom over a pile of junk. It's realizing that most purchases don't actually make your life better. The person earning $52,000 I mentioned succeeded not because of extra money. They succeeded because they know exactly what matters and what is just noise. You can choose either path right now, regardless of your salary. The main question is, do you want to own your things, or do you want your things to own you? Most people fall into the lifestyle inflation trap. As soon as their income increases, they immediately buy a more expensive car or a bigger house. But as a result, the stress level remains the same as before. You think a new purchase is an asset, but in reality, everything requires your attention, time, and money for maintenance. These are like invisible taxes you pay every day without even noticing. Look at this table. It compares status spending and freedom spending. When you buy status, you give away years of your future for a short moment of pleasure. The real price of a thing isn't dollars. It's the number of hours you work to buy it. If your phone costs 100 hours of your life, is it really worth it? A minimalist doesn't give up everything. They just remove the noise to focus on the signal. They buy quality, not quantity. One expensive item that lasts for years is better than 10 cheap ones. When you free up space in your apartment, you free up space in your head. Financial peace begins with the realization that you actually need very little to be happy. Let's look at the math of compound interest of freedom. The money you didn't spend on junk works for you while you sleep. This is your army conquering your independence. Do you see this gap? This is the difference between those who look rich and those who are actually rich. Those who look rich often have the smallest margin of safety. The second person in our example isn't just saving money. They are buying the right to choose, the right to change jobs, the right to rest, the right not to fear a crisis. This is true wealth. The choice is yours. You can keep running in the wheel, buying new toys for the system, or you can stop and start building your own world. What will you choose today? Let's break down the 48-hour rule. Every time you see a cool thing online, don't buy it right away. Wait 2 days. If, after 48 hours, the desire is gone, you just saved your money from an emotional trap. Look at this utility table. Before buying, rate the item. How many times a month will you actually use it? If it's less than 5 times, it's not a purchase. It's just renting space in your closet. Many say, I deserve this purchase because I worked hard. Actually, you deserve freedom, not another loan. The real reward is the absence of anxiety when bills arrive. Did you know that every item in your home is a liability that requires energy? The more things you have, the less energy you have for what really matters: relationships, health, and self-development. Let's calculate a year of no shopping. See how the capital of a person who buys only food and essentials changes compared to those who spend everything. The difference in a year can be the cost of a whole vacation or a down payment on investments. Minimalism isn't about living in an empty room. It's about surrounding yourself only with things you love 10 out of 10. Everything else is just noise that prevents you from seeing the main thing. Marketers spend billions to make you feel insufficient without their new product. But look at this graphic. Your level of happiness doesn't depend on the phone model in your pocket. Becoming financially free is easier than it seems. It's elementary school math. Spend less than you earn, and don't buy what you don't need to impress people you don't like. When you refuse another gadget, you are actually buying time. Time to not work on weekends. Time to spend with family. Time to be yourself, not a cog in the consumer system. Take the first step today. Delete shopping apps from your phone. It's a small gesture that will break the chain of impulsive purchases and give you back control over your wallet. Let's look at the storage unit trap. If you have to pay someone else to hold your stuff because it doesn't fit in your home, you're losing twice. You paid for the item, and now you're paying rent for its room. Check out this utility versus space table. Every square foot of your apartment has a price. When you fill your home with things you don't use, you are literally paying rent for junk guests that never leave. Now, let's talk about the replacement cycle. Most people buy cheap things that break in a year. A minimalist buys one high-quality item that lasts 10. Look at the math. Buying once is always cheaper than buying 10 times. Financial peace is a buffer. Imagine a graph where your expenses are low and your savings are high. That gap is your freedom zone. The wider the gap, the less power your boss or the economy has over you. Let's calculate the stress of choice. When you have 50 shirts, you waste 10 minutes every morning deciding what to wear. When you have 10 great shirts, you gain an hour of mental energy every single week. Look at this: debt spiral versus wealth spiral. One extra subscription might seem small, but look at the compound effect over 5 years. That $15 Netflix or Spotify is actually thousands of dollars in lost investments. True luxury isn't owning a fast car. It's the ability to wake up and decide what to do with your day. If your car payments force you to stay at a job you hate, that car is a prison, not a luxury. Try the one in, one out rule. For every new thing you bring into your life, one old thing must go. This keeps your system load at 0. You'll find that you stop buying things because you don't want to lose what you already have. Most people are paycheck to paycheck because they treat their income like a limit they have to reach. If you earn $5,000, you spend $5,000. Break the code. Treat your expenses like a floor, not a ceiling. When you stop buying things to impress others, you realize that the people worth impressing only care about your character, not your clothes. This is the ultimate social hack for a peaceful life. The first step to breaking the cycle is the digital declutter. Unsubscribe from every marketing email today. If you don't see the sale, the limited offer doesn't exist. You can't want what you don't know about. Look at your bank statement for the last 30 days. Highlight every want in red and every need in green. Most people are shocked to see that 40% of their hard-earned money is leaking out through small, useless holes. Start the box test. Take everything you haven't used in 6 months and put it in a box. If you don't open that box for another 3 months, sell it or donate it. You'll realize how much dead weight you've been carrying. Every item you sell is found money. It's like getting a tax refund from your past self. Look at this chart. Selling your unused clutter can often fund your entire emergency savings account. Beware of the upgrade bug. Just because a new version exists doesn't mean yours is broken. If your current tool still does the job, the new version is a $1,000 distraction from your freedom. Minimalism gives you negotiation power. When you don't need much to survive, you aren't afraid to ask for a raise or leave a toxic environment. Your low expenses are your strongest shield. Let's look at the maintenance matrix. A big house needs a big lawnmower, a big roof, and a big cleaning bill. A smaller, simpler space gives you back 10 hours of your life every weekend. Most people buy things to solve a feeling of boredom or stress. But stuff is a temporary patch. Minimalism forces you to find real solutions, hobbies, exercise, or meaningful connections. Look at the net worth versus lifestyle graph. When your net worth goes up but your lifestyle stays the same, you reach the escape velocity of wealth. This is the point where you are truly unfireable. The system is designed to keep you on the treadmill, but the stop button has been in front of you the whole time. It's called enough. Once you define your enough, the game is over and you've won. Remember the two apartments from the beginning? The person earning $95,000 wasn't bad at math, they just lacked clarity. They confused a high lifestyle with a high-quality life. Don't make the same mistake. The person earning $52,000 is the real winner of the 2026 economy. Why? Because they understood that wealth is what you don't see. It's the bank balance and the investments, not the stuff in your garage. Look at this. Happiness plateau graph one last time. After your basic needs are met, more spending doesn't equal more joy. Minimalists align their lives with this reality, while others chase a line that never goes up. This isn't about deprivation, it's about redirected energy. Instead of managing a house full of stuff, you're managing a portfolio of freedom. You're trading a spare storage room for 18 months of safety. Think about the crisis mode test. If you lost your job tomorrow, how long could you survive without changing your lifestyle? For most, it's 30 days. For the minimalist, it's years. That's the ultimate security hack. Take a look at your bank account right now. Is your money working for your future, or is it just passing through to pay for your past? True wealth starts the moment you stop spending your future income. We've decoded the system today. The choice is yours. Be a high-income hostage or a moderate-income architect of your own life. Both paths are available to you right now, regardless of your current salary. If this breakdown opened your eyes, share it with someone who is currently trapped in the status loop. Let's build a community of people who value time more than things. Don't forget to hit the like button to help this math reach more people. I want to see your action plan in the comments. What is the one thing you are going to sell or cancel this week to buy back your freedom? I'll be replying to the best strategies. Let's make the 2026 market work for us. The exit protocol is now in your hands. Define your enough, protect your time, and own your life. I'm the Hacker Architect, and I'll see you in the next breakdown. System offline.